Of this week. I'm like holding weight and stuff, but I would love to work.
So as you can tell there, I'm on a coaching call. We're just talking about DM audits. So somebody sends screenshots of their conversation with somebody as far as trying to get them on a phone call to sell them the program. And we learn how we can be better with the DM script and so on and so forth. So there's not going to be much for me on this one. It's just going to be them going over other scripts. I haven't done any of that yet. So I'm not going to get any feedback for my stuff because I haven't submitted anything. So, but anyway,
if you don't hit the script, you don't
just want to document this. I'm on a call.
This person's flaky, right? Like
that's it. So today is November 11th, 2024. It's 1:12 p.m. It's Monday. Happy Monday. Yo, it's Monday, November 11th, 6:47 p.m. 2024. You already heard the intro there. I was on a coaching call earlier today. That was at 1 p.m. It's now 6:47 p.m. and I'm now getting around to the show. So honestly, I don't really have much to say other than, and I probably have a lot more to say, but I'm just looking at the numbers, man, and I just remember a few key things that I wanted to achieve, and I thought would be so cool for the podcast, and they're just slowly coming true. It's slowly becoming real, and it's a good feeling, no matter how small it is. When I first started, I just thought it would be so cool if I could have every episode get at least 10 listens, because that would put it in double digits. And that was just so much to me. And I haven't hit it consistently with 10 episodes straight. Not that that's the number that matters, but I mean, so on my dashboard, I have the last 10 episodes I've uploaded, and it shows me the first week how many listens, and then the first month how many listens. And I'm looking at the numbers, and there's only 3 episodes in the last 10 that aren't in double digits. And that was just my biggest goal for so long. I don't even say it's my biggest goal. That was just a goal that I had, a bagel. That was a bagel that I had. And I'm just sitting here looking at the numbers, and again, they're nothing huge by any means. I mean, we got starting from 388 going down to 370. Fuck it. It goes 10, 12, 9, 12, 10, 13, 9, 8, 12, 10, 15. That was an overtime at Black Sheep in the Family, playing things out, can of soup perspective. 11, 9, 8, 8, 8, 11, 11, 13, 14. When I first started, I mean, I did it to myself, but the first 100 episodes, I didn't get one listen. And, I say that, but I think I had 3 people listen randomly. But the cool thing about knowing that I made 100 episodes and nobody listened is now that I've got this other podcast, the Allegiant Fit Podcast for Men, that's got 9 listens. And without me saying like, oh, of course, because I started sharing about it, I've posted it on places, on social media, people know about it. Yeah, that's true. However, I have a listen from Canada. I have a listen from the United Kingdom. I have 2 listens from California. I have a listen from New York. I've got 4 from Utah. I honestly think one of those or 2 of those were from me. But it's cool to see that, because I made 100 in a row. And I got 3 listens total. And I know that I didn't tell anybody about it. I know that it's going to be the biggest asterisk in the history of the show. Maybe the coolest one. I don't know. But then 3 days into this other show, 2 days, whatever, 3 days in, I've got 9 listens. 3 different states, 3 different countries. I just think that's so cool. And it just, I don't know, man. It just got me in a state of gratitude because, obviously I didn't have a podcast a year ago, And here we are, on episode 389 today. And I don't really know what I believe in as far as a higher power goes, but before I hopped on the show, I literally looked around my room and I was like, if there's a God, if there's a higher power, some kind of universe, some whatever energy, whatever it is, thank you. I just looked around my room. And I honestly don't know what I believe in. I never think about religion. I never think about a higher power or whatever. I just don't think about it. I really don't have much belief established, or I'm not an atheist. I don't not believe, but I just don't think about it. I'm like, oh yeah, this happened because God's hand was, I never think about that stuff. I just don't. It doesn't cross my mind. And not in a bad way of like, oh, I did it by myself without God or whatever. Every time, I've noticed this, every time something great happens, I always want to thank someone for or something for it. Anytime something very bad happens, I ask for help, man. But nothing in the middle. In the middle, it's all me. And I like that there's the equal part of that. So when things are good, I want to tell whoever, whatever, thank you. When things are bad, I want to ask for help. So it's good that it's equal. But yeah, moments ago, just looked around my room and I just was like, whatever the fuck is out there, man, thank you. It's, I'd like to reconstruct my vocabulary so I don't say the same cliche shit that every other person does. Like, I'm so grateful, thank you so much, this means the world to me. So I'll work on that. But without trying to figure that out now, shit does mean a lot. It's cool. It's cool that I'm here. It's episode 389 straight in a row. Haven't missed a day. Honestly, that's not even impressive to me because I set the bar so high from the start that, unless I don't know how to say this shit without it sounding so goddamn arrogant, but unless I go an additional 20 years on top of the first 20 that I planned, I don't think I'm going to be impressed with what I'm doing here, because that was the goal. I said I would do it, and I'm doing it, so I don't think there's anything for me personally to be impressed or feel like, holy shit, this is crazy. Because I said, hey, every day I'm going to record a show. I'm going to document everything. You know what, man? It honestly makes me a little emotional thinking about it. I don't know, man. It's cool to have a little bit of proof that, I don't know, man. It's just, oh my hell. I don't know why I'm getting emotional. It's cool to have proof of, I guess, me holding true to my word. I said I would do it, and here I am, dude. I'm 389 days in, and then I don't know. Time's flying, man. It's already been a year. I got 19 of these left, and that's a shit ton. But if they go as quickly as this last year did, then consider me buried tomorrow, dude. Because time is zooming. I know it's going to be crazy to look back on these in the future and hear things like this. If I heard Andy Frisella talk about stuff like this when he was 19 or whatever, well, how old is he now? 46. So if I could hear, when did he start his business? I can't remember. So he's been in business for 25. So when he was 21, if I could go back and listen to him talking about whatever when he was 21 or 22 years old, that would just be insane. And I think that would be such a valuable show, because I don't know of anybody that has detailed daily documentation of their day-to-day, doing everything, going through everything. I don't think anybody does. And if somebody does, please send them my way. I think that'd be cool. I'd love to chat with him and learn more from him. That'd be cool. But I think that I'm on a solo journey here. I think without sounding too dramatic here, I think I'm embarking on some uncharted territory by documenting via podcast from the very beginning. And I guess it's technically not the very beginning, but the start of, I will call it a rebirth. I don't know, because I had a lot of shit figured out when I was younger. When I was 20, I was 18 to 21, I would say that I had a lot of shit figured out. I had a lot of momentum. And then I hurt my back, went through a nasty breakup, started moving around, lost momentum at the gym. And I don't know, live and learn. Made a lot of mistakes. Let laziness take over my mental state and all this stuff. And yeah, so that would technically be the beginning, because when I started a year ago, I had a little bit of experience, knowledge, wisdom, but I don't know. 26 years old when I started. That's better than starting later, I guess. Every day that has passed since. I don't know what I'm trying to say. Let's scratch that. So yeah, I'm just looking at the numbers, just feeling grateful. It's just cool, man. And then also today I was deadlifting again, and that put a smile on my face because I'm doing the very thing that I actually believe it was squats. I think I have a video of myself fucking up my lower back. I don't know. In the video, nothing happens. I do a 3-plate squat, and which is funny because when I was doing this lift, the 3-plate squat, I had done I think it was 365. 365 for 2 reps. So going for 3 plates, I should have gotten that up, but I didn't. And I leaned forward. What did I do? I leaned forward a little bit and then leaned back, caught myself, and then I got the rep. So, but the try before that, I did not get it. I could not get it up, but I knew I could, so I tried again, and then I got it. Then I have it on video. I believe that video is where I hurt my back. But the video doesn't make it seem like I did. Nothing happened. It's just the only thing that I can think of. Because I didn't just do a lift and I hurt my back and I was like, oh shit, I fucked it up. It was just the pain just was there. And I thought, what's going on here? And then the pain was going on and on and on. And then one day at the Roy Gold's in Utah, Gold's Gym in Utah, that's now EOS Fitness. I was in there, I was doing incline dumbbell press. And even bending over to pick up the dumbbells hurt like hell. But I was in there, I was taking care of it. I put the dumbbells on my knees. I'm getting ready to hoist them up and do incline dumbbell chest press. So I get the left one, so I lean back, use my left leg to force up my left knee to kick up the dumbbell, get it into position. And then I do the same with the right side. And when I did it with the right side, there was this, I don't know what else to call it other than a snap or something that happened in my lower back. Is extremely painful. So much so that I had to throw the weights down, and I stood up, and I don't even know if I put the weights away. I don't remember doing any of that. I just remember leaving because I was like, what the fuck just happened? And, I'm going to trim the details a little bit, but ever since then, I have not really been in pain. I mean, I've had my days, sometimes a week where I'm kind of in pain, but not near as bad as it was. I mean, I was desperate to get that pain fixed. I was doing everything that I could. I was doing so much mobility shit, so much rehab in my room. I was trying every method, watching so many videos. I was so desperate to get that fixed. And I don't even know why I'm going on this tangent. Oh, because I did lift it. And yeah, so that's how it happened. And ever since that time, and I don't know, like 4 years ago, maybe, that's when the pain, quote, stopped consistently. And I've just been so paranoid to really do anything like that to push myself because I don't ever want to be in that pain again, man. And when I went in for my MRI and all this shit and I got some word from the doctor, which I don't even know what I think about doctors, man, but most doctors, there's a lot of good ones out there, but yeah, that's a different podcast for a different day. But he said that my back health was that of 20 years older of myself then. So that was, I guess, if I was 20, 22, 23, then I had the spinal health of a 43-year-old. So when I'm 43, I'm going to have the back of a 63-year-old. And so when I'm 63, I'll have the back of an 83-year-old. When I'm 83, I'll have the back of a 103-year-old. And then, when I'm 285, I'll have the back of a 305-year-old. So, yeah, but I heard that. And again, I just, shit with doctors, man. I don't know. I heard that. I'm like, there's no fucking way for you to be able to put a timeline on my fucking health, on my back, with my unique body, my genetics, my posture. Maybe I'm really ignorant to that stuff. And you can call out generalities. You can make predictions based on past patterns. That's fair. It's just so hard for me to accept that some other person can put a timeline on my health based on what they know from, I don't know. It's just, I struggle with shit like that. I struggle with accepting just general information because general information applies generally. It's not specific. It's not tailored to a set of parameters. It's just general. I mean, you go to a general doctor because, you go to your normal ass doctor to get fixed with a cold or get your health checked or whatever, get some blood work done. But nobody listening to this podcast would ever say, yeah, I'd like that doctor to give me brain surgery or work on my heart. Not one fucking person would. And the reason for that is because they're not a specialist. They don't specialize in heart surgery or brain surgery. They don't specialize in any of that. They probably aren't even qualified. They don't even have the necessary qualifications to do any of that shit, obviously. So you probably wouldn't want them anywhere near your heart or your brain if that's what you're doing. So there's proof right there that if we need some specific help or we feel like there's something very unique or detailed or whatever, that we would go to the highest point to get the most careful, caring, whatever you want to call it, assistance, help, whatever, that we possibly could. So there's an example right there. How having a generalized answer is just that. It's just general. Sometimes it applies, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes it's close to being spot on. Sometimes it's an absolute, just nothing close. I don't know where I'm going with all this. But anyway, I deadlifted today. And, going off of everything I just said, it's cool, man. It's a great reminder. Don't ever give up. Just keep on pushing. Don't ever give up. If you're a listener right now, take it to heart, man. Whatever you're going through, just don't stop. Dude, it's inevitable that you won't see some kind of success if you just don't quit. I can't imagine anybody ever in the history of the world works their fucking ass off diligently, rowing the right boat in the right direction, does that for 30 years and doesn't see some kind of success. I just don't see that ever happening. And so part of me hopes that I actually do that. I don't make any success for the next 30 years so that I can be like, you know what, guys, this is actually what not to do. Here's a whole blueprint of what not to do. Everybody who wants to be successful, listen to this. Do not do anything that I did. Like I've said before, no matter what the outcome is, it's a win-win-win for everybody. And I'm just kind of the guinea pig for it all, willingly, because I think this shit's fun. It's a creative outlet. It's also a therapy session. It's also my way of sharing my perspective. It's also my way of trying to help other people, because if every single person in the world helped one other person, we'd all be taken care of. The world would be a magnificent place. And if we start going extreme here and everybody helped 2 people or 5 people, it's cool, man. It's really crazy to think about. So I'd like to help millions, if not billions. I mean, who knows what the future holds, but why would I limit myself to, I want to help 100 people. I'm pretty sure I can help more than that. Maybe not right now. Maybe I don't have the reach or the voice or the audience for that, but in time I will. So today has just been full of gratitude for me, and it's cool. It's just a good feeling. And when I have these days and these moments, I really try hard to remind myself that I wouldn't have these if I didn't give up. If I wouldn't have these if I gave up, or if I gave in, or if during the hard times and the hard days and the struggles and the self-doubts and discouragement and all that stuff, if I would have stopped then and I didn't push forward, I wouldn't be feeling the gratitude that I have now, because I would have quit and I wouldn't have the results that I have now. And so for that reason, I just remind myself so much during these times that, hey, I'm here and I'm feeling this because I went through these hard times. You can't have rain without sunshine. You can't have sunshine without rain. You can't have sun without night. You can't have day without night, because if there was no night, there would be no day. It would just be. It just is, Kind of like the whole weather thing that Alex and Rosie talks about. Weather isn't good or bad. It just is. Weather is weather. That's it. Based on that, it's perception. And the way that you get perception is by, I guess, calling out a feeling or an emotion, or identifying something with what you perceive the thing to be. So if it's raining and you love rain, then that's good weather. The next person in line could hate rain, so it's shitty weather. So what even is that? It just is. Weather is. That's it. Weather is. Period. So couldn't be grateful, happy, all that shit if I wasn't feeling discouraged or sad or like I was missing out or I didn't have enough or whatever. So to anybody who's spent time listening to my show, there's a couple people that come to mind that I know listen to every episode, and it's just, I'd like to think that there's probably 4 people that I can call out right now that listen to every show, and I don't. Two of them for sure, I know that. 2 other people in my life that I know, maybe, I don't know. But the fact that there's even one, I don't know. I think that's cool. I mean, I'm standing here, standing at my desk, and I'm just looking around my room, man. I got some trophies right here. I look over here, I got some certifications and stuff, and this shit happened 7-8 years ago. It's old news. Then I look over here, I've got my 75 hard books, my 75 hard certification. That's when things turned around for me. I've got my camera right here. I've got a whiteboard in front of me. I don't know, man. It's just, I don't have any regrets. I don't feel like I'm moving through life too fast. I don't feel like any of that. I just, it's hard to reflect when you're not proud of where you've been. And I think because I am kind of proud of the accomplishments that I've made in the last year, it's more desirable to turn my neck around and look. And it's a good feeling. And it makes you want to try a little bit harder. So, yeah, to anybody who spent time listening to my show, I just want you to know that it means a lot. It's really cool to think that another human being is out there giving their time to me and what I have to say and what I think. So even if you don't agree with what I say, even if you think my ideas are weird, or even if you think I'm too arrogant, or if you think I'm this or think I'm that, I'm speaking. Everything that I've said on this show is true, and what I believe in. It's me. It's Bryson Sessions. It's me. It's cool. And at the time of recording this, let's see if we've hit it. I have not hit it yet. We have 3,492 all-time streams of the show. It's going to be, I think it'd be cool if we hit 3,500 live on this show, but probably not. So tomorrow. And that's the other thing. Yesterday I had 34 downloads. That's just insane to me, dude. I can't believe that. 34 in one day. Those days, those high days are getting more and more common. On the 7th of November, I had 21. On the 11th, I had 34. And if you go back, there's a couple days where I had 90. A couple days where I had 200. There's one day where I had 100 and something. So they're happening more and more. And there's nothing else that I can say other than thank you to everybody who's listened, to everybody who, yeah. So thank you. I also saw that we have 14 ratings on Spotify. I just think that's crazy too. It's been at 14 for a while, but I just look at that and I'm like, damn, dude. 14 unique people. I don't know, man. It's just cool. If you haven't done that already, that'd be cool. Go over there to Spotify or whatever you listen on. Leave a rating. I think on Apple Podcasts, there's 4 ratings. Not sure. Yeah, I don't know. I just started all this because I wanted to document everything. I wanted to have a podcast. Now I've got 2. So that's it, guys. I think that's all I want to talk about today. I'm just feeling grateful. And I wanted you guys to know. Every person who comes across this show, just cool. But that does not mean shit because we're not even there yet. So I'm going to keep on working hard. Matter of fact, let me share what I wrote down today. And then I'm going to end the show. So I was breaking down the time that I have available at work to work on my own stuff, because my biggest gripe in life is that I don't have enough time. And it's funny that I say that because this is the most time I'll ever have in my life ever. I live alone. I don't have kids. I don't have a pet. I don't have anything like that. I have a girlfriend, but I see her on the weekends. And even then, she's so supportive of everything I've got going on. Shout out, Lexi. I love you. So I don't even feel like that counts as far as having some kind of thing that takes time away from what I got to do. I mean, yes, it does, but it's not so significant that I'm like losing so much time per week. So yeah, in the context of having a significant other that drains my energy and my time and all that stuff, I don't have that. But I do have a loving, supportive, just incredible girlfriend. So shout out to Lexi again. But I don't have kids. I don't have dogs. I don't have pets. I don't have anything I have to take care of. I choose not to hang out with friends. I don't remember the last time I called up a friend and said, hey, you want to go do something? I don't know. I don't do anything with family. I am invited to things all the time. I never go. I think what I have going on is much more desirable. I think it's more important long term. And I'm cool with missing out on these core memories and key moments in life, or whatever you want to call them, with important figures in my life. I'm cool with missing out on that stuff because what I see in the future is greater than what anything that I could possibly have now could give me. And I'm not even talking about money or Lamborghinis or houses. That's another deep one. I'll have to talk about that in another show. But I guess I could brief on it. So you as the listener, would you rather help your whole family now? Or would you rather help 10 million people in 30 years? And also your family? To me, that's a no-brainer. But I think people just don't have enough faith in their abilities to make it to the point where they can help tens of millions. And I think that's where the dream dies. But if you keep it alive, you can absolutely help the tens of millions, hundreds of millions, and your family more than you could now. So you could chalk it up to delayed gratification. Do you want to help your family, whatever, and spend time with them now and do all those things now? Or do you want to do it in 20, 30 years, risk that some of them may not be around, but that tens of millions? What do you think the people you want to spend time with want you to do for the future of you? Do you think they want you to spend time with them selfishly, or do you think they want you to help tens of millions of people? I think of stuff like that all the time. I'm like, they would definitely want me. Yeah, it's another show. And I'm pissed because I probably can't have ChatGPT summarize this because it's too long. I'll have to split it up. That shit's annoying. But anyway, fuck it. We'll keep going. So today I was just thinking about all the time that I have at work. Okay, so that goes back to yesterday. So Lexi and I go to Costco, and it was just, we both just spent a lot of money. And again, not going to share too much information. But we spent a lot of money, and it was just upsetting. It was a spaghetti. It was upsetty spaghetti. That's a joke for her. I don't give a fuck if you thought that was cringy or not. I think it was funny. And we were both just spaghetti spaghetti. And we both kind of shared our perspective on where we're at in life and why it sucks to be having to spend so much money on groceries, stuff like that. I'll just leave it at that. And so I don't know if that was a moment in my life that kind of changed directions for me, but I just want to work 10 times harder now so that we both never ever have to feel the frustration or the whatever you want to call it of having to provide for ourselves. So to buy food and to not have to worry about how much it costs, or to buy things that we need or whatever. I just don't want that to ever, ever, ever happen ever again, ever. And so I wrote down some things of how I can spend my time better rather than being a lazy fuck, which is what I call it. When I'm at work and I have break time and lunchtime, part of me is like, yeah, I've been working all day, I'm going to take a break. Other part of me is like, you've been working for somebody else all this time. You need to work on yourself now. Meaning break time, lunchtime, second break time, end of the day, whatever. I have a lot of downtime. Why did I sound like Trump right there? I want to spend it more wisely. And I broke down the time. So if I have I'm going to catch some flack for this, but if I have a 10-minute break and a 30-minute lunch and then a second 10-minute break, right there, I have 50 minutes to work on my stuff. That's all I did. However, work in a pretty chill place. So my 10-minute break turns into about 30. My half-hour lunch turns into about 45, 60 minutes. And my second break usually fucking hour and a half, because that's the end of the day. We're all cleaning up anyway. Unless you got something going on, you gotta get a certain procedure, part of the process done. You're kind of just hanging out. So if you kind of average it out to 30 minutes, 30 minutes, 30 minutes, that is an hour and a half per day that I can get at work working on my stuff. Then I thought, okay, well, the first 30 minutes of the day kind of spent doing nothing. So I could probably have 15 minutes there to work on my stuff. And then at the end of the day, it's about a half hour at least. So we'll just chalk that up to an hour, because throughout the day, there's some times where I don't really have anything going on. So I just hang out. And if you're a new listener, I work on F-35 canopies. There's only 2 shops in the entire fucking world that do it. And I believe there's only 2 shops in the entire world that do what I know how to do. So call me a fucking specialist, but also don't, because I don't care that much. That's what I do. So we have a lot of downtime because, for example, we'll put a certain adhesive or glue, we'll call it, on a piece of the aircraft, which is the canopy. And once you put it on there, you have to wait 16 hours for it to cure, for it to dry, for it to flash off, whatever it is. And so during that time, you just sit with your thumb up your ass. Everybody else in the shop sits there on their phone, does something. They go on bullshit. They go watch videos. They hang out, whatever. I'm part of that. And I don't want to be part of that anymore. Not that I think that I'm better than anybody, but I want to spend my time bettering myself, my future family, because that's what I'm choosing not to better when I choose to just dick off. I have the opportunity to get closer to achieving my goals, which means I can help my family, which means I can help more people, or I can choose to dick off, watch funny videos, and laugh. And when I put it into perspective like that, it makes me feel really, really slimy to think that I'm choosing to push off my kids' future or their ability to have a financially abundant home where we don't have to stress about groceries or worry about when the next time we get paid, and there's no tension in the house because mom and dad don't have enough money coming in because we had to buy new tires and now it's causing so much stress or whatever. I don't want anything to do with that shit. And so by me choosing now at work to actually take, quote, break and not pursue the thing that I'm working on, I feel like I'm choosing to be cozy, comfortable, relaxed, whatever, and not help future family, the tens of millions of people I'm talking about. So I wrote down some things. I just kind of broke time down, figured out how much things are, how much they cost as far as time goes, not money. And I said, so I just wrote this down. I was like, there are seasons, meaning this might be a season where I have to grind my fucking ass off. And if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. But I can't complain about the price tag because I'm choosing this lifestyle every day. So this is just the cost of entry. This is just how much the game costs, and I'm just paying that price. So I wrote, there are seasons, underlined seasons twice, just to remind myself what I'm doing right now isn't permanent, meaning me working so hard and taking every single break and every single minute to put back into something that I'm working on. It doesn't have to be this way forever. Even though I kind of like it, it's pretty nice. I like to work. It's fun. But there's seasons. So there's going to be a time where I don't have these coworkers, where I don't even have the opportunity to go and watch a video and laugh and bullshit with the guys. Those days are coming to an end so quick. I mean, just the other day, I was laughing my fucking ass off with one of my coworkers. He just kept making some jokes. And I was like, dude, this is not going to last forever. I mean, in my head, I'm like, this is the very last November I'll ever spend with this guy, you know? And that's a lesson I learned when I first moved out to Orem, Utah, when I went to school at Utah Valley University. I just had some really funny ass roommates, and it ended so quick. I was laughing, crying, laughing. No exaggeration, crying, laughing every day for about 4 months. And then it came to an end just like that. And that's when I learned personally that everything must come to an end. All the fun times, all the good times, all those whatever you have, eventually they're going to stop. And so that's been true every single time that something has come into my life. And that's not a pessimistic view. That's just me being grateful that I have what I have now, knowing that I won't have it forever, just because that's the nature of life. That's just inevitable and the path of life. And it just allows me to reflect and be grateful. And so I think it's a very good thing that I learned so early on. I learned that when I was 21, 22. It was a very great thing that I learned so early on. I'm very grateful for that. So, I'm laughing with my coworkers, and I'm like, dude, this is not going to last forever. This is coming to an end soon. And, yep. So, there's that. Anyway, I wrote, break time and relax, ? Or, new line, get ahead, 7.5 hours. That plus an hour a day equals 12.5 hours per week that I have to work on my own stuff. That I can choose to work on my own stuff. I don't have to. I can sit there on my phone like everybody else does in the shop with the thumb up my ass and not make any progress toward anything else in my life. Not saying that's what every single person does. It's really hard for me to think of anybody else in the entire shop doing anything else to progress or to move themselves forward. There's people double my age in that shop, so chances are that they have. I don't see it. So if I'm wrong, I hope I'm wrong. I would love everybody in the shop to be pursuing some kind of greater project. And it's not fair to say every single person. It's not fair. I mean, I know of at least, well, shit, I don't know. I guess at least one person, at least for sure confirmed one person that's also got bigger goals, entrepreneurship goals, trying to do some shit. And I often see this individual at their desk trying to figure stuff out, and it's cool. Makes me feel like I'm not alone. So anyway, I can either choose to sit there on my phone and chillax and relax and laugh and have a good time, or I can use that time to go and write some content, or to come up with some ideas, or to research a topic that I can talk about on social media, or to write a script for the podcast, or do some data analysis, figure out where my numbers are going for social media so I can make better content, all this stuff, blah, blah, blah. I can spend it role-playing or figuring out better things to say. I can spend it researching sales. And I can even do some personal education and just go learn about politics. Or I can go learn about skateboarding history or cameras and good lighting setups and all that shit. So those are my options. And like I said, my biggest gripe is that I don't have enough time. But reality is I have the most amount of time I'll ever have in my life right now. More so than probably anybody else. I try to remind myself of that more often than not. But anyway, on another sticky note, this is going on way too long. Another sticky note, I have 30-minute break, 30 lunch, 30 break, 20 times 3 throughout the day for random time. 90 plus 60, 150, 2.5 hours per day. 2.5 hours per day times 5 is 12.5 hours. And then I literally wrote a note to myself. I said, Bryson, do you want to hang out and chill like everyone else? Or do you want to fucking win? What's it going to be? So it's a little sticky note that I wrote on this piece of paper. So, yeah. And then I posted a Instagram reel in my group for feedback because I'm trying to grow and I want as many people to give me feedback on how I can improve. And so I have the video here. And I'm not trying to play it. I'm just trying to fucking pause it. Guess you can't pause it. Cool. So this person, her name is Sarah Reimer. No rhyme or reason for why I can't pronounce her name. That's the punniest thing I've ever said in this entire podcast. Rewind it if you didn't catch it. God damn, I need an award for that one. Wow. So she says, I bet she has a Weimer. Yeah, yep. Somebody caught that one. Her dog is a Weimer. Yeah. So she says, hey, buddy. Also, don't call me buddy. I'm not buddy. You think I'm a fucking elf? Anyway, she says, it's 2 with four O's long. You can shorten the first 30 seconds into one sentence. You want to grab their attention and then deliver value. Short, sexy, straight to the point. So that's fine. I'm taking that feedback and I'm definitely going to use it. And where was I going with this? Why did I bring this up? Why did I bring this up, dude? I'm going to pause and rewind. I don't know, guys. So I paused and I went back to look at it, to hear what I said. And I just pulled that straight out of my own asshole. Why did I even bring up the Instagram reel thing? What was I saying? I have no idea. So scratch that. Yeah, I made a reel, got feedback. Yeah, so great, Bryson. What does that have to do with shit? Don't know. I have no idea why I even... Great. So anyway, I just think I need to up the ante a little bit. Ante up. And take this shit a little bit more serious. I don't know, man. I want to do big things. And I like the pursuit of these big things. And I just get so grateful seeing the numbers where they're at now. And I'm not saying that I have I'm not saying I'm Joe Rogan. I'm not saying I have 1 million listeners. I probably have an average of 12. But I'm not ungrateful for any of you. It's just cool to see the numbers entering double digits more often than not now. I mean, let's actually take a look, and then I'm going to end the show because this went on way too long. I think I've said I'm going to end the show, but here we are again. So whatever, let's see. Oh, I'm in the wrong show. Oops. It's loading. Media list. So in the last 20 episodes, in the last 20 episodes, there have been 7 episodes in the last 20 that have not hit 10 listens. Let's actually go to the last 40. So 7 plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What did I just say? 7 plus 7? What did I just say? 7? Is that what it was? 6? I don't know what I just said. We'll just say it was 6. 13 out of 40 have not hit double-digit streams. That's just cool, man. More often than not. 60%, 70%. What is that? 60% at least. Nope. 65, 70. It's 70. 70% of my episodes get at least 10 streams. That's cool. That is so fucking cool to me. I can't believe that. So anyway, lots of reflection, lots of gratitude in this show, lots of emotion, feeling good, feeling very grateful. And I don't know, I just want to be better. I want to take my shit up a notch. Recently got called intense, recently got called driven. And I like that, but I just don't feel like I am because I feel like I'm not doing anything. And that's frustrating. You guys have heard me talk about it. Sometimes I feel very good at the end of the day, and I feel like I've actually earned the right to go to bed. And I love that feeling because that's when I go to bed and I'm like, I fucking killed it today. And I want to have as many of those days as possible. But those days only come when I have incredible days, meaning when I get shit done and I stay true to the course and I get everything that I said I was going to get done. And everything that I put on my list or that everything that was on my calendar was attended to. I went to the gym. I pushed hard. I didn't leave any stone unturned. Shit like that. That's a good fucking feeling. And that's the feeling I'm talking about from phase 1 of Live Hard. Those feelings that I had during phase 1 of Live Hard, when I was pushing so hard, where I was falling asleep every night while reading, and I had to set multiple alarms on my phone. Matter of fact, let's get some tone in here. Hold on. Let me pull this up real quick. Guys, this is, if I hear any one of these goddamn noises, in my head, I am not even bullshitting to be funny or to be dramatic, whatever. Every time that I hear any one of these, I immediately think, oh shit, I have to finish reading, otherwise I fail phase 1. That one especially. That one too. This one too. This one. This one, fucking huge. Yep. This one is probably the biggest one. That one's like, did I fail? Oh shit. Meanwhile, my space heater in my room is on. I've got probably 3 hoodies on because I can't stand being cold. And just the house I was living at, shout out Shawnee, Kevin, Jake, Miley, and Kendall. It was just cold as fuck, so I bought a space heater because I fuck cold. Yeah, I thought I failed the program. Not even done yet. Hold on. Fuck that one. Never really used that one, actually. Yep. I didn't really use that one. Yep. Fuck that one, too loud. So I played all the ringtones because I set so many alarms that I wouldn't fall asleep and I used every single different tone because I didn't want to get so used to the same tone going off. I didn't want to associate one specific noise with. Turns out I did it with all of them, so I'll go fuck myself. But that's a true story. Every single one of those tones I associate with being so fucking tired that I had to set so many alarms so that I wouldn't fall asleep and that I would finish my day. That, going to bed, every single night that I went to bed, I felt what I felt now. I earned it. I finally get to go to bed. Finally. I never went to bed on time because it was always an hour late because I had so much shit going on. I even had the luxury of family cooking dinner for me and giving me a place to stay and all this shit. And I was still going to bed so late. I mean, that's a whole different story. But every day that I went to bed, I felt how I felt. Let's see. What episode was it? Episode 381. Insane day. Every single day on Phase 1 of Live Hard was that. And that's what I want. So, because I'm not doing all these things that I say I'm going to do and I'm not getting everything done, it makes me feel like I'm lazy. I'm not intense. I'm not driven. I'm not dedicated. I'm not whatever. And that makes me feel like a garbage. So, I got to end the show, dude. This is way too long. Holy fuck. So, to recap, I'm just very grateful. And I want to start working much harder. And so I will. Also, I have a dentist appointment tomorrow. Not looking forward to it. I wonder if I can auto-tune my voice in the software that I use. Start singing. Okay, guys, that's the show. What a way to end a show that was very serious with some just fucking jokes. All right. Love you guys. Thanks for listening. For real. It's cool. It's great. So share it with a friend. Rate the show. Go check out the Allegiant Fit podcast for men. If you're a woman, you can listen to it too. I'm not sexist. It's just my target audience is men. So go check it out or don't. Do you? But appreciate it. See you guys next time. When I talk to you next. Peace.